Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach. I'm Sara, the expert.
And I'm Caleigh, the beginner.
Join us as we discuss fitness culture
from our two very different perspectives.
So grab yourself a protein shake
or a glass of wine.
And let's get started. So Caleigh.
Yes.
Do you consider yourself middle-aged?
Some days.
Middle-aged meaning. Let's actually Google it to get the official definition. Of middle-aged.
Okay.
Ooh, you are not. I'm not either. Oh, but it depends. Okay, so it depends. It depends
on what your goals are.
Do you believe the Merriam-Webster dictionary or do you believe Wikipedia?
Oh.
Take a pick. A or B?
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia says, middle age is a period of a human's life beyond young adulthood, but before the onset of old age. The exact range is subject to academic debate, but commonly the term is used to denote an age range from around 40 to 45 to around 60 to 65. Okay. Although it may begin earlier and end later, this phase of life is marked by gradual physical, cognitive, and social decline in individuals as they age.
Oh.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
But I feel like I've been in a definite physical
decline,
social, and what was the other one?
Physical,
mental. Mental. Yeah.
This phase of life is marked by gradual physical, cognitive, and social decline in individuals as they age.
Oh no!
So for you, middle age has begun earlier.
Probably like 35.
Yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
All right.
So thanks, Wikipedia, for clearing that up for us, because that does lead us into a topic that I wanted to discuss with you today. So I have been a client and follow Lean Bodies Consulting, which is Erik and Amy. I think it's just Ledin, Ledin. I don't think it's Ledin.
Okay.
That's who is Lean Bodies Consulting. And they're great. They've got coaches that work for them. And they put out a ton of great content. So I'm a huge fan of what they kind of preach and educate and how they coach their clients. It's good stuff. So anyways, Erik did a post that was the 7 sins killing your middle-aged fat loss. And so I first read it. Had to take a moment and pause and think, is that me? Am I middle-aged?
Was it?
I mean, 42 falls right in that early.
Damn.
Yikes. So yes, technically, according to Wikipedia, it starts in 40 to 45 range, but it also can start sooner. So guess what? You're coming along with me in this conversation today because we're going to talk. We're going to talk about these and see if we agree.
Okay.
Or how we feel about them.
Okay.
So Erik from Lean Bodies Consulting did this post, 7 sins killing your middle-aged fat loss. And so we're just going to go through the points.
Okay.
And we're just going to
I'm looking at these.
them.
I haven't pulled you sent them to me. I haven't pulled up on my screen.
Yeah. Okay. So
love it.
Number 1, HIIT, which is high intensity interval training.
I know.
HIIT.
I knew that already.
Okay, good. Well, see, you've been coming along on this journey. All right, there we go. Metabolic workouts.
I don't know what that means.
CrossFit.
I know what that means.
F45 and other kick your ass into next week workouts.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that, Caleigh?
Those are not, that's all bad for you.
It's number 1 sin on the list.
I mean, I've been avoiding that sin.
I've just learned in the last few months what those even are.
I mean, I've always known about CrossFit, so I know, I get the overall, like what this means. HIIT workouts, I thought those were good for you.
Well, if you are
if you're old.
If you are a middle-aged person that's striving for fat loss.
If you're a young 20,
early 30 something.
So, okay.
But it gets talked about a lot. It's in a lot of magazines. It's
having a moment.
It's, it gets pretty heavily promoted. It's very readable material online because everyone's looking for the quick fix, right? So you think that's a one size fits all. Just do some HIIT. Why not? But, the other thing that comes with middle age physical decline is jumping is not always the nicest on your body for a variety of different ways.
No.
And a lot of those workouts require like jumping.
Yeah.
Or sprinting.
Yeah.
Well, those two things have a significant gravity force that just puts on your joints, on your bladder, your pelvic floor, lots of different things. And so that's probably not going to be doing you any favors, I would say.
See, that's interesting because I've been feeling like that's a thing I've not been doing.
You've been wanting to start sprinting?
Well, I don't know. No. It's a thing that I've not been doing that I felt like getting the vibe that I should be doing.
Well, what I do love about sprinting is when you've been coached in how to correctly sprint, if you look at their extreme, but Olympic level sprinters, I'd be down for their physique. They've got great hamstrings. They got great glutes. They're tight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like sprinting will get you that versus the physique of like a 2-mile runner.
Yeah.
Less my jam personally.
Yeah.
So, there's that. I do like sprinting for those ways, but as we age with that extra gravity,
there's other variables that you're gonna.
Yeah. There's a chance you might be doing more damage than good.
Right.
If you just try to go out and start sprinting a bunch. Injuries, probably prone, you're dealing with your joints, all the things. So
let's talk about CrossFit because that's a thing that we both make fun of.
I make fun of CrossFit a lot.
I do too. I don't even know why.
You don't even know. Have you ever been to a CrossFit class?
You can go ahead and answer that yourself. Have I ever been to a CrossFit class?
I'm waiting for the answer.
I want you to answer.
No.
What if I told you?
Wait.
What if I told you?
Is this like all of a sudden now?
Wait.
Have you been?
What if I told you? No, I have not.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna surprise me. Just kidding.
You're on the edge of your seat.
I was like, oh, she's gonna no. Well, this just kind of took me back to the however many months you were like, I've never done a 5K.
Yeah.
So proud of yourself for running a 5K, and then come to find out mid-episode that we were talking about it, that you were like, oh, I've actually done 2 5Ks in my life previously.
A lot of them. I actually found the picture today or yesterday. I was going through old Facebook pictures and I found the picture of the post inflatable 5K.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yes.
I saved it. I screenshotted it.
Love that. Okay. We're going to share that with the world. Proof that Caleigh has done a 5K when she kind of forgot about it. So, okay. CrossFit. I'm not a fan of CrossFit. Here's the only thing that I love about CrossFit.
What?
Is that it made strength training cool and popular.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I like about it.
Okay.
Because it brought the social aspect that people love about group fitness classes, and it transitioned it into the strength training world.
Yeah.
And then it layered on the competitions.
People who love CrossFit love CrossFit. It's like people who love Diet Coke.
I'll tell you about it.
Oh yeah. Like people who run a marathon.
They do it.
You know
They've done it at least once.
And it's called the box.
The gym?
Yeah. It's not the gym.
And they do WODs.
It's the I don't know what that means.
You've never heard them talk about their WOD? WOD.
Wait.
Yeah. And they name them.
What's a WOD?
They'll be like, oh, we did the Chelsea WOD today. I'm like, I wouldn't say like, it takes me back to some really not appropriate college conversations about what? The one. It's short for workout of the day.
Oh.
But they name it a specific name. So it has
WOA.
No, just WOD.
WOD. Work? Oh.
Workout. Workout's one word. One word.
There's no A.
No, there's no A.
Wait, hold on. Let me visualize this.
Workout is one word.
Workout
of the. I know, but they just skipped that because that wouldn't make it a WOD.
That would make it a
WOD is way more catchy.
Day. WOD. Yeah, WOD. WOD. The T is silent.
The T. You never see the T. It's just WOD. And so they'll post it online, and you can pick up WODs that people have created.
I don't even need Alan here for that tonight.
We are missing Alan
Alan's not
few
here
episodes.
tonight. Audio Alan is out
And we're
working his real job.
Yeah, he's getting paid tonight. And so it's like, well, we're like, oh, let's go record. And then
are we recording?
Kaylee's missing her feedback on her jokes, but
he laughs. That was your joke.
Mine. Yay, I got one.
Let's move on.
Okay, so anyways, we'll save all the hating on CrossFit for another day because I could go on a soapbox for that for a really long time. So just say no to the kick your ass into next week workouts. If you're middle-aged and your goal is fat loss.
I'm all for that.
Not for that. Okay.
Like that one workout you had me do that one day.
That was nothing.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You came along with me for like a third of the workout.
All right, let's move on.
We'll not talk about that. We will not go back to that place. Okay. So number two sin is low carbs, intermittent fasting, static deficit calories.
Okay.
So in parentheses, this also makes number one much worse. So if you are now the CrossFit keto type, where you've also banished carbs and you're middle-aged, you're committing sins against your fat loss goals.
Oh,
I agree.
Okay.
I love carbs.
Okay.
Carbs have a place. The correct carbs have a place.
Yeah.
Don't hate on all carbs.
Okay.
I'm also not a fan of intermittent fasting, which we've talked about.
Which I was doing.
You were, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, okay. Everyone fasts while you're sleeping.
Okay.
So we've already talked about that. Okay. That was episode.
I don't hate intermittent fasting. Okay.
That was in season 1.
I'm just going
We
to say.
talked about intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Quite detailed.
I think there's some value there in a sense.
Well, we had agreed to disagree.
But I'm not the expert. So
I think that we all do it every night.
I saw results.
It can be a strategy. It can be a strategy. However, if you are a middle-aged person seeking fat loss, it's probably not your friend.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3, a focus on burning calories and doing too many workouts per week instead of building muscle.
Okay.
That's sin number 3. How do you feel about that, Caleigh?
I mean, I'm just honestly like not even just like specifically this, but it's just like this is my issue with the fitness world that I have entered in general. It's like I'm trying to think of how to word this because it's like definitely work out every day, but definitely don't work out every day because that's really bad for you. But stay consistent, but also, it's like for everything that you hear you should do, you also hear an argument for why you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
It's freaking frustrating.
It's crazy. That's why the internet is really finicky. And it's hard.
I'm getting mad.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you because there is just an overwhelming amount of information.
Too many workouts per week? Okay. So we're talking about for middle-aged fat loss specifically.
Yeah, specifically if you're middle-aged and your goal is seeking fat loss.
Don't work out too much.
You do not need to be in the gym 7 days a week. I love 3 days a week.
Okay.
As my personal preference.
That's about what I
think it's a good balance between life and other things you got going on.
Okay, here's my question. This is a serious question. I'm not being silly here.
Okay.
Is waking up every day and running a 5K a workout? Or you wake up every day, you run a 5K, and then you do your strength training workout 3 days a week?
I think it depends.
Is that too much?
It depends.
Depends on your goals.
Depends on what you're doing the rest of the day.
I'm just living my life.
I know, but so
for
like a 5K. Well,
so my posture's bad, so it all just cancels out anyway.
If you, it's true, it does. If you wake up every morning, you run a 5K, you love it. It gets you energized for the day. It's part of your happiness, and you say spend most of the rest of the day being pretty sedentary.
Yeah, which
then that's awesome.
Probably describes me.
Right. So I'm like, at least that you're getting general movement in.
Okay.
And
so if I'm doing that,
well, plus,
hypothetically,
okay,
I'm not.
Let's just say hypothetically, what speed do you have your treadmill set on?
4.5.
I mean, that's a pretty decent pace.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at what, 12 minutes?
Not a sprint.
12-minute mile, then probably. Yeah. So I think that plays a factor too.
Okay. So if I do that 6 days a week,
it's like
is that too much? Is this too much?
It depends.
Oh my God. What's the point? What is the point? People pay you for this?
They can. I know, right? You're like, wait a second. This just feels like all like a big jip. I think that, well, what they're specifically saying here is that you have a focus on burning calories and doing too many workouts instead of understanding that there should be a probably bigger focus on building muscle.
Okay.
So you started moving your body. You're seeing results. You're doing all of the things. Cardio is not going to be your end all be all from this point forward. Okay. You know, it was kind of in my opinion, it's a gateway drug. It was good for your journey, like to get started. But now that you're getting consistent with that and you're moving more and you're changing your lifestyle, at some point you do need to understand that you want to get out of this cardio rut and you want to understand the significant benefits of strength training.
See, and that's where I was blindsided by this. Because when I started...
You had no idea that was going to end up being part of the mix.
No, absolutely not.
You're like, I don't want to go to the gym.
No, it was never the goal. I thought it was like one or the other.
Cardio or strength training?
Basically. Surprise. I thought people just like went out and ran.
Well, people do that.
You said do.
Do. I just said you do. That just took me to Friends, the Chandler Bing episode where he's like, doo-doo. You just said doo-doo.
Okay.
That is what people...
No, I thought when I started running, I was like, all right, I'm doing a great thing. I'm doing the thing that I never thought I would do. And then I started doing it and I started enjoying it and getting good at it, relatively. And then I was like, well, okay, great. But that's not enough. Do better.
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Okay. That's
frustrating.
Now you layer on something new.
So now run. Go ahead and run if you like doing that. But also,
don't put it as a priority over strength training. If it makes you happy, it's a stress relief. It's not like wearing you out, you know, all the things. It's helping with your overall step count for the day. Fine. But just don't focus on that over building muscle. Understand that it is really important. In this age group, I will hear that too from people. It's too late for me to start. It is never too late to start picking up weights. You know,
I don't think that it's too late to start. It's just a matter of I just went into this thinking it was like one or the other. And now it's like,
now you're realizing it's both.
Now it's like the thing that you started. Well, let's pretend if I could rewind and I immediately, instead of running, went into lifting.
Yeah.
Okay. It wouldn't be the same story. You wouldn't be sitting here telling me, okay, great. You're doing the lifting. You're doing the weight strength training.
True.
But now you need to start running. That wouldn't be the case. And so I screwed up.
You're just telling me like this whole last year was a complete like waste of my time.
Right. I didn't know. I thought I could just do this and be cool.
You know what? Now this is a valuable lesson to everyone that listens. Learn from Caleigh's mistakes. And if you're going to start somewhere, don't do what she did.
This is ridiculous. It was really hard for me to do. I worked my ass off for a whole year.
And now I'm just, that's a waste. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
But ridiculous.
You could look at it the other way and you say, well, technically I'm not middle-aged yet.
Technically I'm not.
I totally am.
On the other hand,
right in the middle of that early range
than me.
Yes. So, there we go. All right. So that was number 3. Are you done beating yourself up about this?
I guess. It's frustrating. It's fine. I'm fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Let's start lifting.
Yeah.
Together.
Okay.
Same. I'll match your weight.
You will not.
Okay.
But we can work towards that.
A fun thing to talk about.
It is a fun thing to talk about. I just got to do it. Okay. Number 4. I like number 4.
Would I hurt myself?
What?
If I try to match your weight? If you were like,
I don't think you'd make it.
Here's what I'm doing. You try to do it. Would I injure myself? I mean, you watched me injure myself, I guess, with much less.
I think you would be
sore.
I don't know that you could pick up some of the weights that I pick up.
Let's try it. We'll do a TikTok.
Yeah. Here. Caleigh tries Sarah's workout.
Honest. That's some good content right there.
Like, I can't even pick it up.
Let's try it.
I'm like, you can. You're choosing not to. But not pick up the other one.
Drink your protein and shut up.
Yes. For you, it'd be like your pre-workout. Just drink your pre-workout.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up and just get in here and just be fine.
Let's try it.
Okay. I do kind of like that. Let's do that. We'll put Caleigh through one of my workouts.
And then I already have you running a 5K next month. So,
right. Oh, God.
So, yeah, we need a tit for tat here. It's only fair, really, at this point.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it. Okay. All right.
No, I mean me lifting.
Right. Oh, yeah, because you're making me run the 5K. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're actually making me run. I can't just race walk my way through this one. It's
the train.
We still get the train. Yes. We have a new studio location and we've missed the train.
But it's here.
That's right by our other studio location because we would hear it in the background and we've got the windows open here and it is loud and clear. Oh,
there's the train.
We love the train.
All
okay.
Right.
It made a season 2 appearance. It's fabulous. Okay. So number 4, inconsistent bed and wake up times.
I strongly agree. I'm a big proponent of this now at this point in my life. Not quite yet middle-aged life.
Just, gonna rub that in a little bit.
Oh,
rub it in. It's fine.
It's just facts.
It is true. It's facts.
I never thought or really cared about the value of this until fairly recently.
It's insanely valuable.
It really is.
And it is.
I'll shout it from the rooftops. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
interrupt. I love the rooftop shout.
I will die on this hill. It's a big deal.
It is a huge deal. And I have a presentation that I do and many variations of it, but the one is I go through all of my healthy habits that I have that I believe build a solid foundation to encourage people to kind of work through. And one is sleep. And, the recommendation is 7 to 9 hours. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I'll do this presentation to a room full of people. And it's like, ladies and gentlemen, 6.5 does not round up to 7. Mm-mm. Because so often I will hear people say, I get like 6.5 hours of sleep. It is common in adults. And it is crazy. I don't know how you've been functioning.
We recorded last weekend and we went late.
Yeah.
I don't think I got into bed until 2 a.m., which is absurd for me.
Yeah.
Got up at 8, I think.
Yeah.
My husband let me sleep in, got the kids up, whatever. But
how were you feeling that day?
Garbage.
Yeah.
All day.
Yes. It's horrible.
Oh my God. I mean, plus we had a couple libations.
No, we wouldn't do that.
You spirits. I woke up in the morning and I was like, I can't live like this.
No. I mean, when you have a newborn, you find ways.
Yeah.
You're dealing with, you have different stages of life. Okay, totally fine. I get it. But consistently having, and it's not just the amount of sleep that you need.
It's the quality of sleep.
It is the quality of sleep and getting your body to understand, number 4, it's inconsistent bed and wake times, that this is a sin that's killing your middle-aged fat loss. So if you are someone that want to have a goal that you're in that age range and you're wanting to lose some fat, if your bedtimes are inconsistent and your wake times are inconsistent, it is no bueno.
Yep.
No bueno. And you have got, and there will be people that have different opinions, but I am a firm believer that it has got to be in that 7 to 8 range or 7 to 9 range.
And you got to stick with it on the weekends.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is, that has been a struggle for me because that's kind of like when me and my husband kind of,
you kind of like
hang out, let loose, whatever.
Stay up a little bit, whatever.
Later, sleep in. Nobody has to, our kids are old enough. They get up on their own, do their own thing.
Right.
Get their
Must
own,
be nice.
Get their own chocolate chip muffins in the morning.
Oh my gosh. Must be nice. And they wake up, not the free grazing on the chocolate chip cookies or the cake in the morning.
They just eat whatever.
It's fine. They're fine. They'll be fine.
They're fine.
They're growing, they're healthy.
Anyway, no, the 5:30. I've been doing the 5:30 wake up, 9:30 bedtime, which it has been a struggle because my husband's a little more willy-nilly on, not hugely, but he's like, if we don't get to bed till 10, no big deal. And I'm like, kind of needs to be 9:30 every night. Mm-hmm.
Yep, for sure. And I remember I'm a little inconsistent. I need to be better. But I remember going back to like high school, I was super consistent because my wake time was, I had to be at school, and so it's, or if you have a job or you have to be somewhere and it's consistent. I just remember even back then I was in bed by like 9.
Yeah.
To get my full night's sleep, to be able to get up and be functioning throughout the day.
When was this?
Through high school and college, actually.
I literally never gave a shit.
Oh yeah. Because I
knew,
I remembered that if something happened and I would get delayed at all, it would be like 9:30. But I remember that if I was laying in bed and I would hear the news, like my parents would stay up and watch TV kind of in the family room outside my bedroom, that if I would hear like the news come on because I hadn't fallen asleep yet, that the next day would be rough. Like I already knew in high school that I was like, if I'm not asleep before the news, I just knew that it was not going to be, I was going to be tired. Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hold on. I thought of it like a minute ago.
Oh no.
Getting to bed early and grabbing those extra hours with an early bedtime versus going to bed a little bit later and grabbing those same hours in the morning. Is there a difference in your mind?
I don't know if there is really a difference.
Because I've heard, like, it's kind of a hot debate.
Is it?
Okay, but think about this, okay? Let's say you're somebody who goes to bed early.
Yeah.
Nice and early. Goes to bed at 8:30, 9 p.m. And then you wake up 8 hours later, which is going to be pretty early.
5:30, yeah.
Or you go to bed at 11. You sleep 8 hours.
Yep.
Not going to math right now, but you wake up
7.
8 hours later.
Well, I think it depends. I mean, the traditional workday model has gotten broken. Right. I feel like over the last.
So there definitely is a stigma to, it's more acceptable to go to bed early.
Yeah.
And wake up early
than it is to sleep in late.
Go to bed late.
For sure.
And wake up
for sure
late.
I feel like some of that just relates to.
It's all sleep, right?
It is all sleep, but to me, it seems like from a society standpoint, most people had jobs that they would have to get to.
Right.
You know, you have the shift workers, or you have some overnight workers, or, you know, you have some flexibility and like, but for me, I think in general, there's probably a majority of the people historically that had to be to work by like 8.
Right.
Or even a little bit earlier or whatever, you got to leave. And so it's, you kind of back into your work life requirements. Now though, look at how much stuff is online. There's flexible. You're working with people on other sides of the world. Like technology has changed things.
To me is that, let's say me and you on any given day, I get up at 5:30 or I go to bed at 9:30 and I wake up at 5:30. You go to bed at 11 and you wake up 8 hours later.
Yeah. 7.
Like that's going to be like the less respected. We both got the same hours of sleep. Yeah. But it's less respected. Or let's say you went to bed at 1 a.m.
Right. And then you're sleeping till 9.
And you still got your 8 hours
lazy.
of sleep.
Lazy, just sleeping in.
Like that's kind of bullshit.
It is a little bit. But I know for me personally, I would rather be your schedule.
Yeah.
And get up at 5:30 because there's just something that is about the peace and quiet in the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
And getting your day started off on your own way versus going to bed a little bit later and then waking up into, say, like the chaos of kids already being awake.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's
whatever. And so, and there is a peace and quiet in the world at that time of day that is just kind of nice
for sure
to slide into, you know.
But there's a shame to it.
There is a little bit of shame to it for sure,
which is kind of unfortunate.
You know,
funny story.
But when you have kids too, they're automatic. Automatic alarms.
You're on their schedule.
You know, so you have to take that into consideration. We've got little kids that
you have lots of.
We have lots of little kids that need help. And so, you know, I don't really have a choice sometimes.
No, you don't.
You know, and so
my kids are getting to that age where it's like sleep. I sleep generally, unless they're sick or a nightmare.
It's pretty
situation.
Consistent.
My kids don't sleep in my bed. They're in their room. We're in our room.
Yeah.
I don't generally have to deal with my kids.
Yeah.
From the time I put them to bed to the time
they wake up. Yeah.
Which is great. So I'm in a whole.
You are in a different world.
I'm in a different camp.
Bonking on the microphones there. Jeez.
I have to tell you, speaking of alarms,
okay.
I have to tell you a funny story. I think I talked in season 1 about the alarm app that I was using.
Yeah.
I'm using. You
have to use your
where I have to wake up and take a picture. And it's been very effective for me. And like, I've even like, I've been in like different beginner fitness groups and stuff on Facebook where people are like, how do you get up? How do you get up in the morning?
Oh, have you been like educating people on like, or suggesting it? Oh,
like I'm your fitness coach. But Nacho Fitness Coach. I'm like, listen, actually, guys, I got this.
I have the perfect answer. Yep. Okay.
I hacked the code. So just to recap, I've been using this app where my alarm goes off. I have to get up, turn the alarm off so it's not blaring throughout the house. It turns off. I have 45 seconds to take a picture of an item in my kitchen. And then I'm up. There's no going back to bed after that. I've been using this for probably right around a year. It's been great. I love it. A couple weeks ago, I went to Oklahoma, and you know where this is going. I went to Oklahoma with some friends.
Spent a night not at home,
which I felt like I had done a bit of, but it was a weekday thing. I
Sure.
had my alarm set for weekdays.
Oh.
Which generally, if I'm traveling or out of
Okay,
town,
it's
or
on the
not at home,
weekends.
it's on the
Got it,
weekend.
got it.
So
Okay.
we left on a Thursday, Friday morning. And, you know, I was with a group of girlfriends. We were drinking, partying, and whatnot.
Enjoying catching up a little bit too late.
We're catching up. And I'm on a top bunk in a tiny home, So we're all literally sleeping in the same bedroom. I'm on a top bunk.
Up on a bunk.
We're all just squeezed in there. 5:30 a.m.
You went to bed when?
Oh God, I don't know.
Like
Hours
4:30?
before that. No, we actually got to bed fairly decently. Because I'm old and that's what I'm used to now.
I know.
So I was like,
Well, that's true.
girls, it's time for me to tap out. Mm-hmm. My alarm went off at 5:30. Actually, I think it went off at 6:30 because I think by the grace of God, for some reason, right before I left on that trip, I had readjusted it because I need my 8 hours.
Okay.
So I had actually readjusted it. So it did go off at 6:30.
Okay.
Alarm starts going off. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, shit.
Where's my H?
I can't take a picture.
Anything look like it?
I'm like, what do I do?
The app is too smart to try to know that you've
Oh yeah.
tried to take a picture.
So I'm on a bunk bed in this tiny house,
Top bunk.
tiny cabin.
with everyone else.
Everyone else is sleeping.
Well, they're not anymore.
And they still are. So my first thing, I shut my phone off. That's all I could think to do. Shut my phone off, and then now I'm awake. What do I do? Because the second I turn my phone back on,
What did you do?
well,
You turned it back on.
I knew the second I turned my phone back on, and then my mind starts going to like, oh my gosh, like what if there's an emergency at home? Jeremy needs to
Can't
call
just
me.
leave your phone off.
No, I can't just keep my phone off all day.
No.
So I went out to the living room. I had to uninstall the whole app.
Did it turn back on when you turned your phone back on?
Yes.
Like right away?
Yes. Immediately.
What?
Turn my phone back on. Alarm starts going. You have like 3 chances to do the snooze.
I know, but like I'm not an Android user, so I don't know how they work. But when you power them down, doesn't it close the apps out?
Oh, I mean,
It must not.
came back on.
Okay.
When you turn your phone back on, it comes back on. You have 3 chances to like snooze it, where it will give you that 45 second.
Yeah, and then what happens?
And then it doesn't give you the 45 seconds anymore.
It's on.
Now it's just, this is just
God,
your
that'd
life
be
now.
horrible.
So I had to uninstall the app. Okay, so if that wasn't lesson enough, now I learned my lesson. Now turn the alarm off when you
Right.
travel.
Yeah.
The next week, my whole family went to Omaha, stayed in Airbnb. And we specifically, the night before, my husband and I talked, I was like, what time do you have your alarm set for? He was like, 5:30. I was like, great, me too.
And didn't even think about it. You had just went through this, like not even 7 days sooner.
No.
And it's, whoa, way to go, Caleigh.
Yep.
So you had to go through the whole thing again.
Uninstall the app, and I actually haven't put it back on my phone. I've just been setting my like general alarm.
And it's
Getting up to
working.
that, which is actually, it's like kind of a milestone because I was always kind of worried about like, I don't think I can get up.
Well, everything's meant to be
trap.
then. So there you go. You traveled and now you're like, oh, I did actually make a good habit.
But I recommend the app
That's cool.
for if
I like
you
it.
are a person who is trying to
Start
get up early. It'll get you up.
or just start a new wake time habit.
Get up.
Yeah.
Get up. That's what I
Get
said.
up early.
That's what I said.
Or get up early. It doesn't have to be early.
Well-
just, get up at a different time than you're used to, I guess. But with the goal of trying to get solid 7 to 9 hours, because you also don't fall asleep typically right away. So you
I do.
can't just, most people, a lot of people
A lot of
do.
people don't.
A lot of people
A lot
don't.
of people do. A lot of people don't.
So, you also have to figure in some of that time too, that it takes to fall asleep. That it's 7 hours of actual sleeping, not just, I'm laying in my bed.
Yeah.
You got to do that. So, okay, number 5, neglect the critical importance of factors beyond diet and exercise in achieving successful fat loss. What do you think that could possibly include?
Neglecting. Okay. Beyond diet and exercise.
Neglecting the critical importance of factors beyond diet and exercise in achieving successful fat loss. I mean, we could go back to number 4, sleep
Yeah.
is a good example of that. I would put stress in that category.
Okay.
Stress does crazy things to your body. And so that would be a factor beyond diet and exercise.
I mean, mental health in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Water, I'd put in that category.
Oh, yeah.
It's not necessarily like diet, like food related,
Yeah.
but it's an important factor. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a really key important one to think about, that it's not just diet and exercise in the equation. Right. There's a lot of other factors that are super important. Yeah.
Depends on what your goals are.
As I find myself like slouching over the microphone.
I have a shoulder issue today that I get from time to time. And so my posture is really on the fritz today.
You know, I'm going to do some chest.
I thought you were going to say trust falls. I was like, hell yeah.
Hell no. Some chest stretching exercises, because those help with posture too. We're all, Caleig's over here bumping the microphone with her water. As we're talking about water, I'm going to drink. Okay, number 6. Ooh.
Oh shit, there's more?
Yeah, there's,
oh my God.
Well, there's 7 sins, and we've only done 5.
It's a 2-part episode.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so not doing a dedicated recovery walk daily.
Okay.
I like that.
What does that mean?
I believe that means just getting outside and doing, it doesn't have to be physical. It's just with the goal of getting the steps, maybe getting fresh air outside, taking a break from stuff. Yeah. It could just be a 10-minute walk between meetings or during the day, or just finding a way to just get outside and think.
Yeah.
Or I guess it could probably be on the treadmill, but doing something outside, I think is really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Just being.
I don't like it. I don't like outside, but I agree. I see the value.
There is.
That's been on my habit. List.
Outside.
At least 30 minutes outside.
Get outside.
I hate it though.
Well, I don't like it when the weather is not in my ideal temperature range.
Which my ideal temperature range is.
What is your ideal temperature range?
Fickle, 84 to 85. That's it.
Really?
That's it.
What?
Like if I need a jacket, it's questionable.
So how are we even friends? Because my ideal temperature range is like 55 to 72.
Nope.
If I'm getting in the 80s, I need to be at the pool.
Can I do 70s like with no wind? Yeah.
Well, the wind then technically changes the temperature.
Yeah. I'm a fickle.
Yeah, that is very specific.
Oh. Okay, like today I did 12 through 30 this morning, drenched in sweat inside on the treadmill.
Yeah.
I was disgusting.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I needed like some fresh
air. So
I probably finished at like 10 a.m.
Okay. It's starting to get a little...
Yeah, my husband's already outside doing yard work, and I was like, all right, I'm going to stand on the porch for a second, just let the fresh air, shorts, tank top. I thought it was going to be great.
How was that for you?
It was so cold.
Like, nope, go back inside.
64 degrees.
I'm just going to sit in my swamp.
Guess I'll just take a shower.
Be fine. Oh, see, it was nice. Okay. I like that temperature, but I guess to each their own.
I was not meant to be raised in this
part of the country. Yeah, you don't get many days where it's probably just those 2 degrees.
No,
Okay, so I'm a huge fan of this.
I like
even if it's just for a little bit, just getting out and doing something that's not
what do you mean by
related.
Recovery? Does it like post? It needs to be like after something? What if that's the first thing I'm doing in the morning?
I think it's really just overall health recovery.
Okay.
So giving your chance, to think or walk or not move your body that has to be specifically exercise related is what I would define that as. So, and number 7 is actually kind of lines up a little bit with Tom Venuto's list that we did a few episodes back, but it was self-betrayal and inconsistency.
Yeah.
And so that wraps up your list of 7 sins that you should not commit if you're middle-aged with a goal of fat loss.
Okay.
I agree with that one. I mean, because self-betrayal and you've got to be consistent.
Absolutely.
If you're spot on Monday through Friday, but then your weekends get kind of crazy or wild, or, you just ebb and flow, and not even like weekly inconsistencies, but like you're doing like 12-week rounds of fad diets.
Yeah.
and then you come off and you crash for a while, and then you get back on the quote unquote bandwagon for a couple of months or whatever. Like that inconsistency is going to continue to not be very well for you.
Yeah.
Go very well for you. So
It's not going to work out.
no, it's not. But self-betrayal, take care of yourself, people. So anyways, I thought it was a good list. I saw it and I was like, we should totally talk about that. But
I like it.
maybe we should have broke it up and did, the first couple in one episode.
It's going to be a longer episode. But
It's a longer one. It's fine. It's worth it. It's good. It was good. Not too many tangents, just a few.
Yep.
But that is it. So follow Lean Bodies Consulting. Their husband and wife team. They've got a great team of coaches too. They put out a lot of really great content.
Yeah,
so
we'll link it in the show notes.
Highly recommend. So anyways, that's it. So what do you think about this, Caleigh? Do you like it or do you love it? Do you hate it?
I love it. I didn't dislike anything. I got a little angry there on number 5.
Betrayed a little bit. It's fine.
Or no.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Got a little upset.
The workouts, the building muscle, but I'm a huge fan. I love this. I think it's a really great list.
Makes a lot of sense.
A lot of sense.
What's F45? Go back to number 1.
You know what? I really
don't
actually,
know.
that's a new one for me. Here, hold on. But I bet you once I find it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know that. Functional team training. There must be some sort of workout, high intensity group workouts.
Oh, okay. So
it's back to the high intensity stuff. It must be franchises, studio locations. Every F45 studio in the world runs the exact same 45-minute class each day.
Oh.
So it's a 45-minute high intensity training program. So out of Australia, franchisor, Australian model that they must come up with a workout, and then you have franchises, and that regardless of where you would do F45 training, you do the same workout with everyone else across the globe in any one of their locations at a specific day.
Sounds like a cult.
Kind of like CrossFit.
Oh.
They do WODs, and I'm pretty sure they have WODs.
The T is silent.
Okay. The T is That's actually when somebody talks about their WOD now, I'm going to be like, but the T is silent. They're going to look at me and be like,
no.
What?
People are talking about their WODs. God.
I am so doing that next time.
All right. This was quite the episode.
Well, we got there. We finished it. We wrapped it up. We both love it. There we go.
We love it.
Connect with them. Follow them. Got good stuff.
Yeah.
There's the 7 sins. Don't commit them if you want to have middle-aged fat loss. So love it.
If you don't want to have middle-aged fat loss,
then disregard.
You do you. We don't care.
You do you. No, I don't care. You just don't listen to this episode again because it doesn't apply to you.
Right.
Just
all right.
Move along. So, okay. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.